So hello everyone, my name is Lansondal B. Balani. So in this video, we're going to take some steps to understand what polymers are and what makes them so important and useful. So the first thing we need to do when we're talking about any new subject is to define exactly what kind of terminology we're going to use or what kind of language we're gonna use to talk about these materials. And it turns out that the word polymer is actually a great starting point to do that because notice that we can divide this into two parts. The first part poly means many, and the second part, mer, means things or units or numbers. Based on this, then we can define. A polymer is a molecule composed of repeating structural units known as monomers, which are chemically bonded together in long chains. But what kind of molecule is it? So this is macromolecule. Well, it turns out that the polymer are actually long chain molecules where the repeat units are connected end to end. So the example of macromolecule is carbohydrates, DNA, lipids, and proteins. So what I've said, polymer is composed of repeating units known as monomers. So monomer is a small molecule that can be bonded to other identical molecules to form a larger chain or network. These are examples of monomers. So we have ethene, C2H4, propene, C3H3, vinyl chloride, C2H3Cl. Another example is carbohydrates. So the monomer of carbohydrates is monosaccharides. Monomer of proteins is amino acids, and the DNA is nucleotides. Next, let's discuss one by one the natural polymers and synthetic polymers. First is natural polymers. Natural polymers are large molecules composed of repeating structural units known as monomers that occur naturally within living organisms and their environments. They are often referred to as biopolymers and play crucial roles in various biological processes, providing structural support, storing energy, and facilitating genetic information transfer. So the natural polymers are made by living organism. So this is a example of natural polymers. So I will add a specific example. So it is called DNA or deoxyribonucleic acid. So DNA is a natural polymer of nucleotides. Each nucleotide is made of sugar, a nitrogenous base, and two or three phosphate group. DNA is the genetic blueprint of what we are. There are only four nucleics such as adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. Next is synthetic polymers. These are man-made polymers created through chemical processes. So I will give you all examples in synthetic polymers and the Lewis structure. So the first example is polyethylene. So the monomer of polyethylene is ethylene. So the chemical formula is C2H4. Polyethylene can be used to make many products like bags, bottles, films, containers, pipes, cables, toys, furniture, car, parts, agriculture, cheap, durable, versatile, waterproof, and etc. Next is polypropene. So the polypropene, ang monomer sa polypropene is propene. So ang product na mabuhat niya is like food containers, bottles, and films, textiles, non-woven fabrics like diapers and wipes, carpets, and upholstery, ug daghan pa jud uban. Next is polyvinyl chloride or PVC. So ang monomer sa vinyl chloride is vinyl chloride. So ang iyang polymer kay polyvinyl chloride or PVC, ang iyang monomer is vinyl chloride. So ang iyang chemical formula is C2H3Cl. So ang iyang product na mabuhat is pipes, wires, and cable coatings and packaging materials. Next is polyacrylonitrile. So ang iyang koan mo ni ang iyahang monomer. So, ang iyang product ang mabuhat is acrylic fibers used in clothing, e.g. sweaters, fleece, carpets, and upholstery. Carbon fiber, pan in the procedure to carbon fiber which is used in high performance materials for aerospace, automotive, la 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 la. So, napoy uban, like ang kaning polyacrylitrile, mabuhat po niya is coating and adhesives, use paints, and etc. Next is polytetrafluoroethylene. So, ang iyang monomer is tetrafluoroethylene. So, ang product na mabuhat niya include non-stick cookware, electrical insulation, wires and cables, gaskets and seals, bearings and bushings, medical devices, vascular grafts. So, daghan gid pud kaayo ug mabuhat si polytetrafluoroethylene. Next is polymethyl methacrylate. So, ang iyang monomer is methyl methacrylate. So, mao na ang iyahang, tanawan ninyong picture, so mao na ang iyahang kaning mga product na mabuhat. Product include acrylic acid sheets and panels like tail lights, dashboards, display and signage materials, optical lenses, eyeglass, contacts, so daghanay jud kaayo. Next is polystyrene. So, ang monomer sa polystyrene is styrene. So, ang product na mabuhat niya is containers, terminal insulation, or ice bucket or water coolers, and toys. Next is polybutadiene. Butadiene. So, ang butadiene is ang product na mabuhat niya. So, ang monomer niya is butadiene, no? So, pag mahimo na siyang polymer, gitawag na siya og polybutadiene. So, ang product na mabuhat niya is styrene and coating resin. Resin. Buton sana. So, the last example is styrene butadiene rubber or SBR. So, ang monomer niya is styrene and butadiene. So, ang product na mabuhat niya is kanang naa sa picture. How to make polymer? So, before we do that, let's first identify the two types of polymerization, which are called addition polymerization and condensation polymerization. Addition polymerization is a type of polymerization where monomers add to one another in a chain reaction to form a polymer. It's like building a chain by linking together individual links. The entire monomer becomes part of the polymer. They involve molecules with double bond or triple bond. So, there are three steps in addition polymerization that we must know. Step 1 is initiation. An initiator molecule is heated to produce free radicals. These free radicals have one unpaired electron each, therefore very reactive seeking other electrons from other molecules to pair up with. Example, there are two chlorines bond. So in this process, we need to have radicals because the meaning of a radical is one or more unpaired electrons. In order to create them, heat must be applied to generate radicals. It is called initiation because we initiate the reaction to create radicals. Step 2, propagation. So the chain begins to grow or propagate when the new free radical formed in the initiation stage reacts with another monomer to add two more atoms. This process repeats over and over again to form chains containing thousands to millions atoms. Say we have a molecule of methane that comes into contact with our chlorine radical. The chlorine radical is so reactive that it's going to attack one of the hydrogen atoms from the methane. As a result, we now get a methyl radical which has carbon bound to three hydrogens atom and that lone electron sitting as a radical on carbon. The one hydrogen atom that was attacked by chlorine is now a stable bond between chlorine radical. Step 3. Termination. The process gets terminated when any two free radicals combine, thus pairing their unpaired electrons and forming a covalent bond that links two chains together. Example, ethylene and a radical. So we can see right away that ethylene is a bonded molecule and not a radical. When we add them together, it becomes a radical, and it continues to grow its chains as a polymer. This is not a termination. But if we add two ethylene molecules and a one radical, it will stop the long chain or it will be terminated. In addition, termination in addition polymerization is like hitting the pause button on a chain reaction. It's the process that stops the growth of polymer chains, which are formed by repeatedly adding monomers to growing a chain. The next type of polymerization is condensation polymerization. This is more difficult in polymerization because you have to remove something in order for it to connect to another monomer. Condensation polymers are those formed through a condensation reaction, where two or more monomers join together at the same time, losing a small molecules like water as byproduct. Recall that when a carbolic acid reacts with an alcohol, an ester is formed. Now, when a monomer which has two carbolic acid groups, one at each end, is made to react with a second monomer containing two OH groups, one at each end, then many ester linkage are formed resulting in a polyester. Polyethylene terephthalate or PET is synthesized via condensation polymerization of ethylene glycol and terephthalic acid. The reaction involves repeated esterification steps where a water molecule is eliminated forming an ester bond between the ethylene glycol and terephthalic acid units. This process creates a long chain polymer with repeating units. If the dicarbolic acid is made to react with a diamine instead of dialcohol, then a polyimide is formed such as nylon. Nylon is produced by the condensation polymerization of adipic acid and hexamethylene diamine. The reaction involves the repeated formation of amide bonds between the carbolic acid groups of adipic acid and the amine groups of hexamethylene diamine with the elimination of water molecules. This process yields a long chain polyimide with repeating units. Polyimides, these polyimides processing amide linkage are important examples of synthetic fibers and termed as nylons. So the general method of preparation consists of the condensation polymerization of diamines with dicarbolic acid and also of amino acid and their lactams. So that's all and thank you.